Irene Lagulla, academic from Tanzania. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Irene. As you know, Freedom for Öcalan political solution for Kurdish question campaign has already started on the 10th of October, and still this campaign continues, and it becomes a huge campaign now in Europe as well. So let's start with by commenting on how important is that campaign for you for this new era to free Öcalan and find a political solution, peaceful solution for Kurdish question.
Okay, thank you very much for a very good question. I believe in freedom of all people in the world, and I believe that all human beings are equality and justice for all people. So that is very important. And also, I came to know Abdallah Öcalan through reading his book, Sociology of Freedom, which also has inspired me a lot when I was reading it, and also sometimes I use it to teach my my students here at university in Tanzania. So, so the campaign is very important, and I believe the peaceful talk between the two sides which are not in good terms. If you can talk and agree to the terms, it will be important for him to be free. I think he has been in prison for more than 20 years. And that is like a lifetime for a person. So peaceful talks is important, and also his family needs him, his people needs him, he's a leader, and also it is very important to talk about it. I don't know if he was sentenced to go to prison, but discussion, talks is quite crucial for all parties involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. You also mentioned that you read Öcalan's books as well, and you teach them in the university to your students. So you talked about the sociology of freedom. So how important is Öcalan's ideas? Do you think these ideas will bring peace to the Middle East, which gonna be example to the whole world, as well as especially how about the free woman paradigm of Öcalan as well? So in that case, in that perspective, how important is Öcalan's ideas for you?
Okay, thank you very much. Öcalan's ideas, for example, in his book, Sociology of Freedom, I really like this book. First of all, it relates with Africa, particularly Tanzania. Some of his ideas are also in concur with our first president, Nyerere. When we are talking about equality, for example, when we are talking about freedom for all people, Nyerere believed that for Tanzania to be free, also all African countries to be free. And this is what I see in the writings of Abdullah Öcalan. So with this, about the Middle East, we need peace at the Middle East. We need peace for all people in the world. So his ideas, his writings are really, really important. And to imagine that he wrote this while he was in prison, for me, it is an inspiration. And that's why I really read his books, and I like his ideas. And also, I use this as a motivation to when I talk to my student about the peace process, and about our student to understand that peaceful means is very, very important. And for me, the Middle East, we really need also discussions and actions in order for people to be free. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. Also, another case is about Europe as well. Just before I ask you the similarities between Öcalan and Mandela, because you know that there is Mandela rules as well, and Mandela used to be kept on Robben Island for a long time. But he was able to see his lawyers. I would like to ask you the double standards of the Europe. When it comes to the human rights and democracy, Europe sells itself very well, Europe and its institutions. So, but when it comes to the Kurds and Mr. Öcalan, Europe keeps silence against this humanity crime, which is against Mr. Öcalan, which is an isolation, which is a torture basically. So what is your call to European Union to break the isolation and let Öcalan see his lawyers and family?
Okay. Thank you very much for the relationship you just brought in. Yes, Mandela also he spent a lot of years in isolation from his family, from his people, from his party ANC. He was in jail for quite a long time. Mandela and Öcalan, they want one thing. They have one thing in common. They want peace. They want freedom for their people. They want decolonization to end so that the people would be free. Now, for me, about the international community, the United Nations, the European Union, it is very important that a peaceful process are being applied in order to make Abdullah Öcalan free, and he come back to serve his people, and he come back to help his people. So for me, the international community is very important. First of all, they acknowledge that this man is held in jail because he was captured in Nairobi, Kenya, more than 20 years ago. So it is now to revisit his case and to talk about it. Now we are talking about free Palestine. We are talking about we are addressing peaceful process for other people. But when we are talking about this, we should also think about other people like Abdallah Öcalan. Also, the effort also should address them too. Because we have Abdallah Öcalan, but now we are the voice of a lot of activism, a lot of people. We are talking about some aspect, but we are forgetting about other people. So for me, I think the international community, the European Union, the African people, the whole world, we should think about the people who are held captives. Also, they need this freedom, not just some groups. Yes, we all suffer, and the attention should be addressed to all.
Thank you, Irene.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, the 15th February is coming. You mentioned Kenya, Nairobi. What happened in 1999 in Kenya on the 15th February was Mr. Öcalan has been kidnapped by international powers and given to Turkey. What would you like to say about the international conspiracy that is coming on the 15th February? Very shortly, please, that one.
Okay. I also read about it that he was in Nairobi, like more than 20 years ago, and he was arrested there. So it is very important that when we are arresting, for example, people, we should also, the rule of law should be followed. The international laws should be applied. That's what I'm really insisting, so that we protect the rights of the people, the right of anyone, the human beings. That should be coming first. We should observe human rights, human dignity, and they also we should also these people should also be allowed to see their lawyers, and also if they have representative who can representative with legal advice also should be provided. I don't believe Abdullah Ocalan accessed all this. For example, the legal support, the lawyer was there. I don't know about that, but it is very important that these things are being provided to help, because all people are equal and innocent until proven guilty. When
Thank
during the process of arrest, we should also observe human rights and also international, yeah, international laws should also be applied,
thank
because he
you.
was arrested in a country which was not his country, but still we have international laws which protect all parties. The people are being arrested and those people who are arresting people. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene. And lastly, very shortly, very briefly, what is your Freedom for Öcalan message from our TV to the whole world?
I really wish and I really pray that it is high time now his case be brought up, like he get if he needs a trial, he gets a fair trial, he get access to the lawyers, his family, and also his people. And also it is high time that he should be free, because he has served quite a lot of time in jail. So it's time now he should be free. His rights should be also protected. And I believe in freedom. I believe in peaceful process. And my prayers are that Abdullah Ocalan should be free. Thank you.
Irene Lagulla from Tanzania, academic from Tanzania, thanks for joining us and thank you for your valuable comments today.
Thank you very much. And my, I mean, my greeting and my wishes to all women in your country. Thank you very much.
Thank you.